more in a second. But first of all, what you need to know is that I'm already messing this up. Take two. I'm like Joe Exotic. God, take two. Boy, that guy is, what a mess. See, I already want to talk about stuff, and I haven't even started the show. It tells me that my brain is going a million different directions. I'll write this stuff down and come back to it. The live stream of the Eric Zane Show podcast is brought to you today by the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. Call Mario at 231-332-6505. If it's your first mortgage, that is a big change, a lot of stress. You don't know what, you got a million questions you're afraid to ask them because you're afraid you're going to look stupid. Don't worry. He wants to make sure that you are comfortable getting that first mortgage. You must get the mortgage before you even begin looking at the houses. You don't want to be looking at a house and say, yeah, I really like this one. My heart's set on this one. Let's go look to see if we can get this mortgage. Sorry, you can't get a mortgage for that much. You know, I mean, it's kind of, it's protocol, chain of command. First thing to do is reach out to Mario. 231-332-6505. All the rest will fall into place. The Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. And in these weirdo times that we're in, you might need a quick burst of cash. Damn it, it's going to be one of those days. Cash to push you through to the other side. That's what Mario can help you with as well. I mean, you've built up the equity in that home. Use it, man. No big deal. Go ahead and get some cash, and you'll be good to go. Okay? This is all temporary. All we're really worried about is keeping you safe, you know? So thank you to Mario, the Mario Flores Lakeshore team of Van Dyke Mortgage. You need more information online. Let's say you don't want to make that call. Just click on Mario's logo on ericzaneshow.com, and then you are in business. Here we go.
And now, here's a guy who got tired of being fired by corporate radio. So he took up being fired by Patreon subscribers instead. It's the Eric Zane Show podcast.
What the hell you got to do? Thank you, Johnny. Welcome to the Eric Zane Show podcast. This is a daily free podcast, Monday through Friday, covering news, nonsense, and my personal adventures. Glad to have you here. You can always reach out to me, Eric at ericzaneshow.com. That's the email. Show is streamed live in several places. More on that a little bit later on. In fact, I want to double check. You see, just like a pilot getting into the cockpit, there's like a checklist of things that you must do, and there we are. We are live again. If any of the video feeds crap out, Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, if one of them dies on you for whatever reason, just click on over to the other one. Sometimes that happens. Okay, day number 8 million of the quarantine here in the Fear Bunker. There's a lot to talk about today. As you know, I don't like to sit around and dwell on anything for any length of time. It's kind of like jab and move. That's what you got to do when you're set up to do a show like mine. So, I try to focus on just some of the things that are buzzing around the big nest of COVID-19. That's kind of become the way that we've had to be. But there has been some things that have developed. The state of New York is starting to see less and less people admitted into the intensive care facilities. So that is some degree of lending to the thought process that perhaps if we keep doing what we're doing, we won't see any more big spiking. And I am seeing, I look at the numbers every damn day in the U.S., We are seeing days now where we're dropping for a day or two, go up a little, and then back down again a little. Nothing major. In no way is this going to be a process where, like a light switch, we go from a huge amount of people infected to a massive number less. This is a process, and we are all up for the task. This is extremely uncomfortable for most people, but we will get through this, okay? The key is we are alive, we are healthy. In the great state of Michigan, the governor is going to extend this stay-at-home order today. I'm a little confused because I keep seeing that the first one is set to expire April 13th. And today she's going to announce that that's been made longer. But I also remember that the day before they were talking about something to do with April 30. So I'm confused as to what's what. I don't know. All I know is I'm stuck here. You're stuck there. Let's be miserable together. All right. I finished watching that damn show, Tiger King, as I mentioned. And I haven't really... I haven't really processed it enough to be able to, sit here and just come up with anything other than I can't believe that people are this screwed up. Spoilers may come out of my mouth here, but the guy Joe Exotic is just a fucking maniac. Well, they're all maniacs. Every single person within, and when I was watching it, I was like. Okay, it started out where quickly I liked Joe Exotic. I thought that he was the least crazy of the bunch. The one Doc Antle, the dude in I forget which one of the Carolinas, he struck me as just crazy but smarter than Joe Exotic. And then there was the chick, the Carol Baskin, and her weirdo nerd husband, who was creepily crazy, where, even at first glance you thought, well, maybe she's just misunderstood. But no, she's crazy too. And fuck, man, holy shit. There's the idea that she killed her previous husband. And I don't know who to believe with that. I really don't. But I will tell you this, every single person, and I think that the one or two people that I thought that weren't crazy were the people that were the amputees. The one chick who got her arm ripped off by the tiger, which was, I could not believe that scene. Holy shit. Oh. And then the dude who had no legs, whose legs were not ripped off by a tiger, but he didn't have any legs. It seemed like the only people that were normal in this whole thing. Oh, I take it back. The deputy, chick who had her arm ripped off, guy who lost his legs, and the long-haired stoner guy. I liked him. He was all right, too. And the dude, I take it back. There's more than two not crazy people. The guy who was the reality TV show maker, that dude, I liked him, too. But fuck, man. So much to work with here. If you get the time, watch it on Netflix. 7 episodes, about 40 minutes a pop. Get it done. All right. So these damn glasses, I can't do anything without them. Like if I'm reading this, I really need to have these on. But it's really a struggle because even if I keep them at the end of my nose, in my field of vision, it's blurry because I'm farsighted. So when I'm looking at this camera right now, the camera looks clear when I'm looking at it through my eyes. But if I go like this and tip my head back and I can even see it through the lenses, not only is it blurry, but I swear to God, for that quick, I can't snap. In a snap, I get nauseous. This sounds so weak as shit. Oh, God. It really is bad. So I don't like to even have them on over near my eyes because in the event that my eyes happen to look through the lens at anything that is not close up and I get sick, I feel like I'm going to barf. Like, we could do a stunt where if I put the damn things on and I just looked around, I eventually would throw up, and I'm serious as a heart attack. So I think the $6 readers that you get from Harbor Freight or Tractor Supply or whatever are just not going to cut it. I need to go see an eye doctor to figure out what's up here. There's got to be a better way. Now I can read on here fine when the damn thing is I'm looking at them, but God, I look up and I want to barf. Ellen DeGeneres is in deep caca. It seems like every time she does anything in an attempt to, I don't know, it for some reason Ellen DeGeneres is like a punching bag, and I don't care. It's just a little weird. Do you remember the time when she decided to she was at like a football game or some shit with George W. Bush, and a lot of people thought it was kind of charming, I guess, that they're kind of just hanging out. And it looked to be a fun moment at the football game, but a lot of people were pissed off and letting her have it about it. Oh, that's the enemy. It's like, oh, come on, man. Now, most normal people who think normally, that there is always some wiggle room. There's always some gray area. There's no need to overreact about anything. We see that and we go, so what? I don't care. Well, she got murdered over that. And I like Ellen DeGeneres a lot, okay? If she's ever done anything to piss me off, I've forgotten about it. Because I like her. She's all right, man. She's cool. So DeGeneres is facing, she's doing self-quarantine, and doing elements of her show from her house or whatever, like everybody's doing these days. No big deal. And she made a joke. And everybody has freaked out over this joke. And this is proof positive that when it comes to COVID-19 and coronavirus, we are in that weirdo spot where jokes just aren't funny to a lot of people. Not everybody. Not normal people like me. I think this is a great joke. And it's a joke, so who gives a shit? But people overreact so strongly to shit right now. And there's two examples of that. There is one from Ellen DeGeneres and one from something that the Attorney General in the great state of Michigan, who's a babe, said. I'll get to them both here. Boy, I'm already just burning through the time. Look at this. Okay, Ellen, according to the article, returned to the airwaves after a coronavirus-related hiatus with a new, more intimate look that is becoming increasingly familiar to American talk show viewers. This article is from CBSNews.com, and there I can tell that CBS is a little bit sensitive about this too, by the way they describe what she did. Okay? Let's see. The article reads, I'll just take it right from there. Like Stephen Colbert, she shouted out her dog. Like Wendy Williams, she shared the screen with her right-hand man. And like Jimmy Fallon, she delivered a comedic monologue where she diverged from her fellow comedians, however, was in the decision to make a joke comparing self-quarantining at home to being in jail. Oh, no. Oh, shit. All right. This is what she said. Stand by, I got a cough. Doing that voice makes me cough. One thing that I've learned from being in quarantine is that people, she says, is that people, this is like being in jail, is what it is, DeGeneres said. It's mostly because I've been wearing the same clothes for 10 days and everyone in here is gay. Now, I think that's a good joke. That's funny. She's gay, or her Portia de Rossi is gay. She's too lazy to get out of her clothes. I can relate to that because all I wear now is sweatpants. Look, I'm wearing them right now. And, well, hell, I've been wearing this for like 15 months. So I've dressed the same for that long. But That's fine. That's a good joke, okay? But what everybody did was they said, oh, how dare you compare being in quarantine to being in jail? You're a rich celebrity. Well, yeah, but that's not the joke. The joke was she's wearing the same clothes and everyone in there is gay. That's the joke. So immediately she says one thing and they start comparing what she said to what it's really like in jail. And it's like, well, no, that had nothing to do with it. The only thing it had to do with was what I said. The writer of this article then writes, she then claps and doubles over laughing, added, the jokes that I have. The jokes that I have. So they made a huge deal of it. And probably the reason why they made a huge deal of it on CBSNews.com was because, well, they're sensationalistic and a bunch of assholes. All the usual suspects are way too sensitive on Twitter. Just Joe Blows and I don't know, maybe some famous people got pissed off about this joke. And it's like, dude, come on, man. I mean, it isn't. She didn't wish coronavirus on anybody. Yes, people in jail. Okay, where she probably got in the weeds, where you probably don't want to do this because, well, you know, I think the joke was fine, but I mean, if you're in the business of just trying to make people happy, not everybody's going to be happy with that joke. I get it. But the backlash she got had to do with A, she's rich, so that has, again, nothing to do with the joke, and B, there's like people in prison that are dying. All right, and the guards are getting sick, so fuck. Here you go. So the backlash. This person wrote, oh, the jokes that you have. My son is in prison facing a chance of coronavirus infecting him, tweeted Audrey Maxim from Ohio. Yep, it's such a joke. Well, my first question for Audrey is, all right, he's in prison. Can you tell me what he's in prison for? Because then I'm going to determine how sympathetic I am for you. Sorry, but he is in prison. So if he's in prison for, okay, let's say he's a child rapist. I don't give a shit. So I think that anybody who gets offended by what Ellen says because they have a loved one in prison, they need to say, my son is in prison for this. That's what's going to determine my level of sympathy for you, okay? The guards and the people that work in the prisons, they're allowed to be upset, I guess, to some degree. But again, you're making a huge deal out of a joke here. Again, she said it was because of the way she dresses and the being gay, so lighten the fuck up. It's ridiculous. Everybody is bent. Hey, at the Ellen Show, prisoners across this country are trapped in 24-hour quarantine in cells that are probably about the size of one of your showers, and others are sleeping 3 feet away from sick inmates, and they're dying. You aren't experiencing anything close to prison, wrote Caleb Grossman from Omaha, Nebraska. Yeah, we know. We know that. She didn't say you're stupid. Again, stop letting your emotion and your rage affect your tweeting. And again, let me know if you know anybody who's in prison, and you must include in your tweet what they're in there for. Being a privileged, super wealthy white lady, I always hate the white thing. The white thing always drives me crazy. And stuck in a mansion is not like jail. This comparison is not funny. It is disgusting, tweeted at Saliva Glance. Oh. Yeah, fuck off. It has nothing to do with with the mansion, okay? You people just don't get jokes. If I were gay and in the same clothes all the time and rich and stuck inside, I would have made that joke. All right. So, yeah, there you go. The reason why I bring it up is because this has become something that you can't make fun of anymore, okay? You can email Eric at ericzaneshow.com if you have any thoughts or comments on any of the things that I will say. I looked at Ellen's Twitter feed trying to get the actual clip, and it's been deleted. So, you know, I mean, I get it. The whole thing is just not reverberating well, even though people misjudge what exactly she was saying there. I mean, come on. Also in hot water is the Attorney General for the great state of Michigan. Now, let me just say, This lady is a pit bull. Her name is Dana Nessel. She is the Democratic Attorney General and a progressive in her political leanings. So she has been, she was really, okay, here's the background. In Detroit, Michigan in particular, there is a high number of deaths from COVID-19. And you remember how it was all described that people with underlying health conditions and the elderly are most susceptible to dying from COVID-19. Well, COVID-19 loves that, and there is plenty of that in Detroit, Michigan. This is a medium-sized city at best now. It's 700,000 people because everybody's left. So the only ones that are left are black poor people and elderly black poor people and diabetes, hypertension, obesity, black poor people. So poverty, lack of health care, underlying health conditions. COVID-19 is like, let's go to Detroit. And it's bad. It is really bad. Now, not helping the scenario is a lot of young people in Detroit. I've seen numerous videos from various places where young people hang out. For some reason, in the clip that I saw, it was gas stations where literally cars are all parked at the pump, and you get all these late teens, early 20-somethings standing on the cars, shooting videos, flaunting the stay-at-home order, drinking those big bottles of booze, 40s. I mean, chugging them. They don't give a shit. And, well, that doesn't help at all. Not only does it not help, but it perpetuates a horrible stereotype, and it makes people less sympathetic to what's going on there. That's not good. So all of these things make up a mess. So a bad percentage of the people that are infected, first of all, more people are getting infected there because of all of these things that I just described to you, and more people are dying. So that has built a narrative of destructiveness where that is all happening, but it also is making the outspoken, the Dana Nessels of the world, using that as a stepping stone to politicize this, okay? Hold on to that right now. The golf industry has been banging on the state of Michigan's door saying, hey, let us golf. We should be able to golf. Now, I'll tell you this. In the grand scheme of things, I don't know the order of things that we should or shouldn't be concerned with. That's above my pay grade. But I will say, without a doubt, that the farthest back burner possible, I would say, is golf courses right now. I don't give a shit about the golf courses being closed, okay? Not while people that I know in their business, while they remain closed. Too bad. They're all closed. There's nothing you can do about it. Quit trying to make exceptions for fucking golf. What's next? Frisbee golf? Bocce ball? Any dart playing? Anything else that is kind of solitary? No. Shut up. It's all got to stay the way it is. That's what's fair. If all of these other businesses have to remain shut down, you're going to remain shut down too. You're going to have to figure it out. Sorry, that's the way it is. So I don't have any problem with the golf courses being shuttered, I should say. But Nessel, though, decided, I think her emotions got the best of her, and she got pissed off and took all of the things that I was talking to you about earlier and politicized the whole damn deal. And, oh, no, man, she opened up a hornet's nest because she threw race into it and golf, and it's not good. Not good at all. This article, it says, in a series of social media posts on Tuesday, Democratic Michigan Attorney General Dana Nessel made a racially loaded comment that sparked immediate backlash, including from a Detroit News editor and columnist. In response to reports that the coronavirus is disproportionately impacting minorities, Nessel posted a pair of tweets declaring the African Americans are, quote, treated like garbage in terms of equal opportunity and access to health care. And she says, and mocking white folks for supposedly being outraged because they can't go golfing. The actual thing she wrote, the high rates of infection and death within our African-American populations is staggering and horrific. It further establishes how AAs are treated like garbage when it comes to equal opportunity and access to health care, housing, education, and employment. Every one of us who serves in government must double down on our commitment to do right by the African-American communities in our state and across our nation. Failing to do so is a complete abdication of our obligation as office holders. Now, I get what she's saying, but that problem, whatever problem that you're talking about there, is deeply woven into those communities, and there's a numerous set of circumstances that have made that the way it is. So, a series of tweets and just lecturing people is not going to do anything. So, I don't know if now is the time to kind of unpack that, if you know what I mean. This is a long. There's a number of reasons that are both that the black communities cannot help and can help. It's a two-way street here. As much as that is true, I believe there's also a whole series of reasons that she's not addressing that is part of what the black community has to do as well. Yes, they need help, but there's a little of column A, little of column B. She's doing all column A there. You can't. Holy shit. And she says, I just can't hear about one more black healthcare worker, police officer, or bus driver die while getting a barrage of complaints from white folks outraged because they can't go golfing. Oh, that's the big one. That's the death blow. Holy shit. So that prompted a big response from this Detroit News deputy editorial page editor, her name is Ingrid Jacques. She's a known conservative, and she responds and lets Nessel have it, and they go back and forth. Oh, it was a war. It was a bloodbath because neither of those two pit bull badass women is going to back down. Holy shit. So at the end of the day, I think they're going to call it a draw. But for me, from my personal opinion, fucking stay home, golfers. Too bad. And everybody who is, first of all, she's outraged. All the people that she offended with the white folks are outraged. You know who else is outraged? The black golfers are outraged. Like, what the fuck you talking about? I golf all the time, you dumb bitch. What the hell is wrong with you? I see people posting pictures of a bunch of black guys golfing, so it's just a shitstorm. She should not have said that, but that's what you get with Dana Nessel, man. She is not to be screwed with. In a lot of ways, I kind of like her because she, you get a lot of Republicans who sit there and saying, "How dare she say that?" It's like, you bunch of pussies. Shut up. My God. So you finally get, okay, we need to look no further than the president. I don't have a problem with the president saying whatever the hell he wants to say on Twitter. I have no problem with that at all. I also don't have a problem with what the hell Dana Nessel says on Twitter. You know who I have a problem with? Anybody from either side who gets butthurt and gets their day ruined because of what some asshole says on Twitter. If Trump turns into a dick and starts being a dick on Twitter, I don't give a shit. Go for it. If Dana Nessel turns into a first-class queen bitch and says mean shit on Twitter about that pisses white people off, fucking great. Good. You should. Quit acting like your day's ruined because somebody says something that offends you on Twitter. Shut the hell up. You can be pissed just as long as you do it at home. All right? Okay, I just want to say that right now I'm killing it. I'm absolutely murdering it. I hope you enjoy how awesome and humble I am today. I went to bed so early last night. I am so charged up. And if it hadn't have been for that fucking robin outside of my window, I'd still be asleep right now. I did not set my alarm. And every morning at 6:08, this dick robin is out in front of my window. I leave it open now, and he just sings his ass off. And I'm like, come on, man, just once. Even if you close that window, it's like right here. It's right in my ear. And then the crazy-ass Blue Jays will come squawking by trying to eat them. There's always a war going on between the Robins and the Blue Jays. It's terrible. All right, email eric@ericzaneshow.com. I want to hear what you have to say about anything at all that I am saying on the podcast. Meanwhile, the Patreon is just killing it, man. I am so proud of what we're doing over there. Tomorrow, we have another edition of the Eric Zane Show podcast, Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge on Zoom. You can win $50. Now, if you sign up right now, you can't get in on tomorrow's game. But we're going to do it in the coming weeks, and I've got even more fun things planned, more fun activities that we will be doing on Patreon, even after COVID-19 is way in the rearview mirror. We're going to play Family Feud. We've got a number of other games that we're going to play. I'm even considering dusting off bingo. Can you imagine if we played old school bingo? Oh, my God. Nevertheless, it's all fun. Everybody gets made fun of. We drink. I don't drink alcohol. I drink my non-alcoholic beers. Some of you, I saw a couple of people taking hits off the one-hitter the last time we played. And I'm not going to give the link out so that we can see beheadings in BBC. That is on Patreon. If you want to participate in the fun, you must be on Patreon. Now, on Patreon, I give you everything, man. I get 5 additional podcasts a week, video streams, Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer trivia for cash from Bennett Flooring Installation, Fear Bunker trivia for cash also from Bennett. So it's all there on Patreon. You must sign up today. All right? $5 a month. What the hell are you doing? All right. I've got some phone calls that I need to play for you to the community of Alton, Illinois. I'm going to get to that in just a bit. That is the community where the mayor said, all right, I'm issuing a stay-at-home order. Nobody better leave their house. And then he's like, wait a minute, where's my wife? And all of a sudden, the cops bang on the door. They say, hey, your wife is hanging out with a bunch of dudes at 2 a.m. at an after-hours party. What are you doing? The mayor was so mortified. Holy shit. He had to make a statement about that and say, yeah, my wife is crazy. Screw her. I'm going to call some of the businesses in that community. I'll play that for you coming up in just a bit. All right. Let's see. I can't even type. Of course, I don't have my glasses on. It's time for the Eric Zane Show podcast. Small business shout out. Let's see. This is a dude by the name I've known forever, by the name of Rich Mate. The company is Grand River Signs.
Grand River Signs, Rich.
Rich, it's Eric. How are you?
Hey, morning.
Did you forget me, or did you think I forgot you?
No, I didn't forget you. I got nothing going on, man, with this Corona thing.
Yeah.
It's like I stayed up all night thinking about you calling me.
Oh, right, yeah. Hey, do you remember that time for Diana's birthday in the limo?
Yeah, I got pictures. I have evidence.
I've known Rich, ladies and gentlemen, for many, many years. Our kids went to school together, and he was part of the old crew back in the days of our kids growing up together in the neighborhood, and just we had some good times over the years. And then I found out that you started a business not that long ago, Grand River Signs. When did that start for you, Rich?
Well, Grand River Signs actually has been around for close to 7 years,
right,
in Grand Rapids. So, but I acquired it a couple years ago, probably, I don't know, about the same time you started doing your thing in a different format, I think, right?
Uh-huh.
And it hasn't been a couple years?
Well, I actually started podcasting in January of 19.
Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So yeah,
So
you had you been in the business of being like a sign maker and marketing and stuff like that prior to?
yeah. So I I was in the corporate world for about a dozen years, and a buddy of mine wanted to retire, and so he offered me the opportunity to go into the sign business, and that was about 5 years ago. So,
Okay.
yep, that's where it all started.
Now, as this virus, I mean, it took hold obviously overseas, and then when it worked its way here, at which point did you start to think this might really put a hold on my business? When did it start to hit? Was it when it started to take hold in Michigan, and then rumors started to fly, or were you thinking more big picture?
I think I just was so focused on the day to day that I didn't stick my head up quick enough to even see it coming, although it probably didn't matter much. I mean, I got caught like everybody else did, where it was like, what do you mean we're shutting down?
Oh,
So,
God.
yeah, I mean, I watched the news and stuff, but I never anticipated that virtually our whole country, which isn't this crazy? It's just nuts.
It is, and it's obviously we don't have a ton of time to focus on it because a lot of us are so stressed and feeling the anxiety level. But I mean, the way I've approached it is there is literally nothing we can do. We got to figure this out,
Yeah, that's the thing I think about too. Is I've got clients that are halfway into a sign project, and it's like I feel bad for them, but I think everybody gets it that, the whole thing is just basically come to a screeching halt. So
right.
Everybody's been really cool. And, that's what I love about, and for me, I've lived in West Michigan all my life. And I just think, you see the data, it looks like everybody's doing a pretty good job here in the Midwest. But, no, that's the saving grace, I think, for all of this is just that everybody is being cool and trying to do their best.
Yeah.
Although, if you go on social media for any period of time,
Right.
not everybody's being cool. I think they're getting cooped up so much that now the anger and frustration is starting to come out.
Absolutely. And that's understandable. I think everybody gets a pass. I get it. I mean, some people, not everybody's perfect, and they're going to overreact. I just spent considerable time talking about the Dana Nessel. I don't know if you saw that. She made some comments that upset a lot of people. So, but whatever. At the end of the day, it's all going to work out. It's all going to eventually. But still, keeping one eye on the fact that there are tons of people dying is still a very, very stark thing. I try not to elaborate or focus on that too much. But at the end of the day, that is what's happening. So, but sorry, go ahead.
No, I was just going to say that I know, and the thing that bothers me is that this is certainly a tragedy, and like I say, the hats off to people who are suffering through it, and those who are on the front line. I just put a sign up at a retirement village, where they were basically saying heroes work here.
Right.
And,
yeah.
That's the awesome side of it. But then, what I was going to say is that I think people, they get tied up with how many people are dying. And if we just look at car accidents or something, like anything,
right.
Needlepoint, how many people die, using needlepoint or something obscure?
I don't think many.
And so I don't know. I'll probably rile up your fan base here if I'm not careful.
Well, listen, man, I part of the reason that this came up with the small business shout out was the idea that, all right, things are terrible for you right now, but at Grand River Sign, I wanted people to remember you, and I'll do anything I can to do that. But in fact, what I found out is the sign that I'm showing right now on the live stream I'm focusing on is the Blue Frost IT sign over my shoulder. You made that sign because you know Alan and Ashland through your business connections. Isn't that correct?
They're awesome. And it's so funny because
Uh-huh.
I got a call coming in on the other line here.
It's probably Alan. It's probably Alan.
uh, yeah, exactly. No, they're awesome. We connected through a business networking deal, and he's my IT guy,
Yep.
and I just love that we've got a similar mentality. You know,
Yep.
small guys, local, taking care of people, and no, I it was funny that we knew each other through that I call it Dutch bingo.
Yep. That's fun. Yes. Now, I'm looking at your website. You signs like the kind that you can see, like as you're pulling into like a business with brick all around it, a very, very fancy and elaborate interior signs. I see facility map when you walk into a place. You do those. Graphic design.
Yep.
Trade show signs.
Pretty much. Yep, pretty much anything. And nowadays, with what's going on now, you know, most people, you know, our office is technically closed, but you know, we can drop ship signage. And I was just thinking yesterday, actually, Bonnie came up with my wife came up with the idea and said, you know, what about the small restaurants that we know in the area and stuff that need open, you know, those signs, the yard signs.
Yep.
And I'm like, yeah, I could totally hook them up. So, you know, now's the time for people if they have that type of business where they just want to let people passing by know, hey, we're open. Maybe their drive-thru is open or something. That we'll hook them up and take care of them.
I love that. You can call 616-425-9477. The website is grandriversigns.com. I will link it up in the comments of this podcast, and I'll put it on the In the News section of my website. Maybe not now, but down the road, by all means, reach out to this terrific small business owner, Rich and Bonnie Mate.
Thanks, Zane. We appreciate it. Keep up the good work, man.
Oh, it's my pleasure. Are the kids okay? Everybody's doing good?
Oh, yeah, everybody's doing good. Jake, our oldest, is right down in the heart of New York City right now. So, you know, it's just one of those things that, you know, when they get old, get out of the nest.
Yeah, wow.
You got to let them go and do their thing, but he's thriving and loves it.
How old is your oldest?
He's 25.
Oh, my God. That's sickening.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah, I cannot believe it. How come they keep aging, but you and I don't? You know, I mean, we're still, I don't. I think you and I got it figured out, Rich. Everybody just keeps getting closer to us.
Well, we certainly married well.
Oh,
I know
my
you did.
God. What a
you
couple.
Won the lotto, dude.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, two babes right there, man. You get those two together, and the world's going to stop spinning. Holy moly. All right, Rich, you're a pleasure. I wish you the best, and I'll talk to you down the road, okay?
Sounds good, brother. Thanks again.
Okay, the pleasure's mine. Thank you so much, Rich Mate. Grand River Signs, online at grandriversigns.com. Death by needlepoint. What the hell is he talking about? I had to stop him right there. Like, oh, don't do it, Rich. Don't do it. Don't do the slippery slope. More people die by needlepoint. Oh, no. All right. Okay, so this damn story, I cannot get enough of it. Imagine, you got this small community in Illinois near St. Louis called Alton. Not a big place. Of course, you've never heard of it. I never heard of it. The mayor goes, all right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm serious here. I'm shutting it down. Everything is shut down. There can be nobody out on the streets. The stay-at-home order is going to be really enforced. I can promise you. I want full compliance. We got a couple of gas stations open. The grocery store is open, but that is it. No more. Lock it down. Dude goes to bed. Knock on the door. It's 2 in the morning. It's like, what the fuck? Who the hell is this? What? It's the chief of police. He goes, boss, we got a problem. What do you mean we got a problem? At the club downtown, there's an after-hours party, and your wife is there. And he goes like, you got to be shitting me. Are you kidding? What? Well, fucking arrest her. Slams the door, goes back to bed. Holy shit, and it's a big deal. The next morning, he wakes up and throws her under the bus. He posts a Facebook thing saying, my wife was at this party, and I want you to know that she's going to get the full extent of the law she broke the law. She's going to have to pay for that. No special treatment. You can be rest assured my pain-in-the-ass wife is going to get it. So I love that. That mayor, this is what you do when something like this happens. You get out in front of it and say, hey, everybody, guess what happened? My stupid wife was busy getting slammed by 10 black guys at the bar downtown. So, awesome. Now, the place, I think it was called Hiram's Lounge, or Hiram's Lounge, which sounds like it's a Al-Qaeda training hotspot, but I looked it up, and there is no place like that. So the article that I read had the actual address on it. So I did reverse search on the address, no phone number, but a spot on the map shows up. Like if you open up Google Maps, that spot is like a pin, you know? And then I'm like, well, there's not even a name on the building. So I'm like looking around at all the other buildings in the area. And there's all sorts of different restaurants, clubs, taverns, things. It's a restaurant district, bar district. So I started making some calls. Nothing's open. However, there were a few places that I was able to make a connection with. I wanted to speak to the locals about this hilarious mayor and his pain-in-the-ass wife. This is about 5.5 minutes of phone calls. Enjoy.
Don and Penny.
Hi there. Hell, I should back up. Sorry. This is a restaurant called Don and Penny's. Sorry. And I'm assuming Penny picked up the phone. But I'm just thinking it's a restaurant, just happens to be open for takeout, whatever.
Don and Penny.
Hi there. How are you? Is this where the party is?
No.
Sorry to bother you, ma'am. My name is Eric Zane, and I do a podcast, and I was calling to ask some of the locals their take on the story about the mayor's wife showing up at the party when she shouldn't have.
Well, I just think that's too bad.
Yeah,
she shouldn't have done it. She shouldn't have done it, but I don't blame the mayor.
Oh, the mayor was great. I thought the mayor handled it beautifully. I mean,
he's fine. He's fine. She's
yeah.
just a little. She's a little strange.
Yeah. Now this is not far at all. I had a hard time locating the place, but it's not far at all from where you're at right now with your restaurant.
It's right across the street, catty-cornered.
Okay, so is this place known for that type of mayhem and hijinks?
They're a very strange place. They don't open half the time, and it's not been good for the neighborhood.
Okay,
no.
So do you think there might be like some swinging going on there or something?
I have no idea, but I wouldn't go in there. I know that.
Okay. So do you think that this was like a big surprise to the mayor? Like he thought she was like, maybe in the other room and she's out?
I don't know. I don't think he thought she was in the other room. I think he didn't know where she was.
Oh, my.
He wouldn't have been able to guess.
Can you imagine if your significant other, you thought that he was in the other room, you find out he's out during a pandemic party?
I would know if he was not in the other room.
Oh, yeah. I mean, you would wring his neck, wouldn't you?
I don't know what I would do to him.
Yeah, that was quite a thing. Now, I got to tell you, it's been very difficult to find somebody in the restaurant district down there to open, but you're open there serving the public. Isn't that right?
No, I'm closed.
All right. Never mind that I said that. You're just there hanging out then.
I live here.
Oh, you do? My goodness, I am so sorry to bother you then. I thought
That's all right.
I thought that you were one of the restaurants. Is this, I'm guessing, it says here the restaurant's called Don and Penny's. Would you happen to be Penny?
Yes.
Oh, okay, there we go. Well, all right. Well, best of luck. I certainly hope for better days, and you guys will be right back at it once the...
I've been here 25 years. I'll leave here when they get ready to open.
All righty. Well, I appreciate your time, Penny. And
all right. You're welcome, honey.
Sounds
Thank
like a
you
fun
too.
town. All right. See ya.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Hello?
Hey, how are you?
How are you, huh?
Sorry to bother you. This is Eric Zane. I was calling to ask you what you thought about that story about the mayor's wife.
You got the wrong number.
No, I don't. I know who you are. I was calling.
No, I got a customer, man. Hold on.
Well, okay. Don't hang up. What the fuck?
Milton Food.
Hey, how are you? Is this the milk store?
Yes, it is a milk store.
How are you, sir? This is Eric. The milk store is a liquor store. I'm doing a podcast. Eric Zane. I'm assuming you speak English, yes?
Yes, I am. Yes.
Okay, fantastic. Pause. Yeah, I'm talking to him in English. He's answering in English. Yet I ask him if he speaks English. What a fucking idiot. Fantastic. I'm so sorry to bother you, but hell, you can't be too busy these days, you know?
Yeah.
So I'm calling because there was a story about the mayor's wife in Alton. Did you hear this story?
I did read a little bit the headlines, but I didn't read it.
Yeah.
Everything.
You know, here the mayor goes to bed. He's like, all right, honey, good night. He gives her a kiss. And then next thing he knows, the cops are there saying, hey, your wife's dancing with her tits hanging out at the bar, and we're gonna bust her. And he goes, go ahead. So that's basically how it went down. What are they saying about it? What are the locals saying about it there in Alton?
Well, I haven't heard much about that, from the people saying that. I heard a couple of people were talking about it.
What would you?
That was happened, but nobody. Those people didn't give them a review about it, like
right.
This is supposed to happen or not, So.
Well, I mean, the fact that everybody's supposed to be inside and she's out. She was probably. There was no doubt she was getting double stuffed, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I guess, if the bar's not supposed to be open, then not supposed to be open for anybody.
Right. So, and then he threw her under the bus. I don't know if you saw that. He posted it on Facebook. He goes, yeah, it was my wife, and she's going to get busted. And he just completely threw her under the bus. And everybody loves the guy now because he did that,
Yeah.
All right, so everything, are you staying safe there?
Yes, sir.
You got your mask on, your hand sanitizer, everything's going good in your world?
Oh, yeah, we got everything.
Okay.
We need Lysol wipes and hand sanitizer.
You still selling lots of booze?
It's been selling, but no, I won't say a lot of booze,
Yeah,
it's okay.
People still
got in the weekend.
They got to drink a little. All right, I'm sorry, what is your first name?
My first name is Prerak, P-R-E-R-A-K.
Prerak.
Yes.
Okay, well, I appreciate your help, okay, and best of luck there in Alton.
All right.
Okay, take care. Bye-bye. All right. Who knew that Alton, Illinois was such an ethnic melting pot? Yeah, the guy who was real busy, that was another liquor store, who then set the phone down by a radio station or whatever the hell that was, playing that jacked up music. And then, my God, Jesus. And then Penny actually living there at the restaurant. I can just imagine she's got like a mattress rolled out in the kitchen area. Oh, what a scene that was. Very good. So at the end of the day, the mayor is no doubt pissed off. I can only wonder how awkward that's going to be in the day. It's got to end up in a divorce, right? After he throws his wife under the bus. God, it's going to be so screwed up there. I need to get into a little bit of the discussion about Tom Brady being interviewed for 2.5 hours by Howard Stern the other day. There was a lot of discussion about that yesterday when the interview wrapped up. And I also have, oh my God, every time I turn around and I see another conspiracy theory it about COVID-19, it just pisses me off so bad. This one won't die. It's just so ridiculous. I'm going to get to that coming up in just a bit. Thanks again to Amy Porter and Denny Porter. Okay, A&D Cleaning. Now, Amy is the brains and the beauty and the muscle behind the business. So I have no idea why we even have D in the title of the business, A&D Cleaning. It should just be A Cleaning. Denny, I talked to him on the phone. Amy's too famous to talk to. Denny is kind of like the spokesperson behind it, and I don't want to slow Amy down in any way with a boring phone call about the business. She is an absolute dynamo when it comes to cleaning a house. When the dust settles, because you can't hire her right now, I want you to hire her to clean your house. 616-550-3644. All right? You can call and talk to him, maybe get the ball rolling on it, and then before you know it, she's going to be back in business, making sure that your home is clean. I think a weekly thing would be great. Get that estimate from Amy. All right? Once a week, she'd show up at your place. You don't have to leave the vacuum out. You don't have to leave the cleaning supplies out. Just leave it so that she walks in, and then boom, your house is clean. That's it. Hire Amy at 616-550-3644, A&D Cleaning. When I had my pal Rich Maid on from Grand River Signs, he mentioned the folks over at Blue Frost, Alan and Ashlyn. What a great sponsor. They're all great sponsors. They're still in business trying to meet the IT needs of the at-home worker during all of the COVID-19 nonsense. And that remains true. A lot of the businesses that are doing their thing, they have their employees working from home. Some of them will have tech issues. Keep in mind that Blue Frost IT is there at a moment's notice to help you out, and you don't even have to have them show up at your place. They can work remotely. Reach out to them, 616-200-8550. The rate is a lot less for the hourly fixed rate. Normally it was priced at a certain price point that is normal for the industry. They have reduced it dramatically during the COVID-19 crisis so that it doesn't cost you nearly as much to make sure that your business is up and running. They realize that business is going to be slow during this. They are experiencing that themselves, but just know that the help is there. Thank you again to Blue Frost IT, 616-200-8550, and online at bluefrostit.com or bluefrostit.com. Somebody suggested that I watch movies and then review them because this person loves the way I review movies. And like for example, the Rocky movies that I watched recently, and then Murdered, only to have listener Adam send me butthurt emails about how affected he was by me blistering those shit show movies. Yeah, I really think that's a great idea. I really do. It's just a matter now of actually watching them, and I'll call it as I see it. Like I recently saw the film Peanut Butter Falcon, and despite one moment during the wrestling scene with the spoiler alert, with the worst special effects ever, when Jake the Snake was thrown out of the ring. Jake the Snake plays a cameo in the film. This movie is so awesome. Heartwarming, amazing film. I loved that movie. I don't think I could ever do just one movie, though, because there's no way I can sit and talk for extended time for several minutes about just one movie. I would have to bank up like 5 films, okay? Which is what I've been doing lately, watching films all the damn time now. Not so much during the week, but the weekends. Like that, most recently I watched 1917 and Moneyball. God, 1917 was so damn good. I love that movie. You must know that if you're a fan of a period historical pieces, war pieces, you will love that movie. But if you're not, you're going to love that movie, because this was the audience when I watched that at my house. My wife, who hates those movies. My daughter, Jacqueline, she's 23, hates those movies. My daughter, Madison, 17, hates those movies. And Justin, who's 23. They loved this movie. It's available for rent now, like I have Xfinity. It's $5.99. Rent that fucker. Oh, my God, is this a great film. And I don't know how I got off on movies. And it's set in like real time, kind of. There's a couple of cuts, but for the most part, it starts and you just have the feeling of it's just a running camera following these two dudes as they do their thing, because they're British soldiers in France in a trench, and commanding officer comes walking up while they're taking a nap and says, "Hey, General wants to see you. He's like, what the fuck? Are you serious? Yeah, General wants to see you. It's the special task they got for you. And they're like, oh, okay. They think they're going to have to go, like, clean out the latrine or something like that. They go to the General's office. General's like, hey, I got a fucking message that you got to deliver to the other trench. It's 9 miles away. What are you, crazy? We're going to get shot. No. It's going to be a clear path. You will encounter some resistance, but you still need to get this message here. It's a very important message. I'm not going to tell you another word about the plot. But this all happens in real time as the camera's following these two dudes, and then something happens that makes them, with urgency, start to go, all right, thank you, General, we're going to go do it. And they start wandering back through the trench to where they need to be, and the camera's following them, and it's riveting. It's some of the best cinema you can have. So terrific. Go see that film, or stay in your home and see that film. All right. So Howard had Tom Brady on. Some of the highlights, to me, I read it, and it wasn't anything really groundbreaking or earth-shattering on it. He kind of squashed the whole thing about any type of supposed rift with Belichick. No. He came, I mean, if anybody says anything on the Howard Stern show, you have to understand, Howard Stern is truth serum. If you are on that show, he has the ability to make it so that you will say things that you might not. You might be more guarded. He has a really, really terrific ability, the best ability, at making you feel comfortable enough to be able to reveal things. You could do a search about things that Howard Stern has found out on his show from people that you wouldn't have expect happen. He was interviewing Paul McCartney one time, and he had Paul McCartney so loosey-goosey and relaxed. He said, so, do you blame Yoko for breaking up the Beatles? No. Who did break up the Beatles? He goes, well, it was John. John broke up the Beatles. Got Paul McCartney to say John Lennon broke up the Beatles. Now, that may have been said at various points in the past in other forums, but on Howard's show, which has such a large audience, I mean, and then everybody would talk about it after, that's a very, very big deal. So, frankly, he didn't really, Brady didn't open up any real cans of worms. Brady is very affable and friendly. So, 2.5 hours on there, talked about a lot of things. He talked about how at the he had a feeling, a strong indication that this year, this whole most recent football season would have been his last, and about wanting to move on. I'm really intrigued in seeing when and if we do have the football season. I sure hope we do, because I want to see how Brady performs with Tampa. I want to see how Tampa performs. I want to see how the Patriots perform minus Brady. Probably they'll be all right. Both teams will be okay, 10-6, 9-7. But I want to see how, now that they are separate, what happens. I think the better chance of success would be the New England Patriots. I think that the New England Patriots will probably be better. That's not going out on a limb. Everybody's saying that. Will be better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But one of the things that they're talking about, that Brady talked about, was the locker room and the shower. Brady talked about, he goes, why do we all shower in like open space? That the time for that happening is done. We shouldn't be everybody nude in a group setting. And you think about it and you go, yeah, you're right. I mean, why isn't there like individual showers? It's not like they can't afford it. I mean, fucking it's like that at any gym too. Like the YMCA, you have like open showers. Well, I take it back. At the one that I have, it's all individual with like a shower curtain, but not in the locker room apparently. They also, according to the New York Post article, talk about Rob Gronkowski and his dick. Discussing the former tight end's great physique Wednesday. In an extensive interview with Howard Stern, Brady recalled how Gronkowski would get naked in the locker room with the press present. He'd be standing there completely nude with all these people fully clothed trying to interview him. Why is that? Why does that even happen? Why can't they just interview them after? Why do they have to be nude? Quote, he'd literally throw his towel over his shoulder and just walk through the locker room with all the reporters, Brady said. He didn't give a shit. He strut through. Though Brady said every guy's penis looks the exact same. Stern, of course, circled back to the topic of Gronk's penis. We also learned from you today that Gronk has a beautiful penis. Brady took a moment to appreciate his former tight end. Yes, he does. It's amazing, the quarterback said. It's exactly what you would expect it to be. Let's see. Is this a clip from that? I don't have time to go and fetch it, and it'll probably be exactly what I just said. Gronk retired at the end of 2018. Didn't he just participate in WrestleMania or like win the title or some stupid shit like that? Gronkowski. I believe I could help any organization, and that's why I signed up and continued to play. Talking about his career with Tampa. Now, him signing with Tampa. $50 million deal. He and his family have since relocated to Derek Jeter's Tampa mansion. Holy shit. My God. Dude's worth so much cash. Okay, as always, email me, eric@ericzaneshow.com. Let's go back, see if we got anything cooking over there. Looking all right. No, nothing. Nothing. Couple coronavirus emails. Woman arrested after licking $1,800 worth of groceries. Have to circle back to that one. Okay. The latest conspiracy theory. And what's weird about this one is some stupid shit celebrities are glomming onto this. Wait till you hear who. This one is about the latest technology that mobile services are starting to build into the infrastructure, and that is super fast 5G technology. Now, I don't know anything about it. All I know is that there was 3G and 4G, and they get faster. So, all right, they've developed the ability to make things faster. Awesome. I'm all for it. Alex Jones does have a hand in this. He's been propagating it, so you know it's fucked up. One of the most baseless conspiracy theories surrounding the virus is that the 5G networks, the next generation of wireless technology, according to this article, that is steadily being rolled out around the world, are fueling the global coronavirus pandemic. Of course, they aren't. But enough stupid people believe it and are spreading the false information maliciously that it is causing people to do stupid things. And every time I hear about this, it actually makes me angry. There is a visceral, angry reaction when I hear about people propagating false information like this. I actually want to fight them. Which is what got me going on the Alex Jones thing some time ago. The ultimate being the, Newtown Massacre didn't happen. Unbelievable. Unfounded claims about a supposed link between 5G and COVID-19 began circulating on the fringes of the internet, where New Agers and QAnon followers perpetuated the hoax that global elites were using 5G to spread the virus. Unsophisticated algorithms amplified those voices and ushered unsubstantiated theories into the mainstream. I don't know what any of that means. Unsophisticated algorithms amplify. So does that mean like artificial intelligence is taking those myths and conspiracy theories and spreading it out? Is that what's happening there? Can anybody help me with this? Officials in the UK have expressed concerns that recent attacks on cell phone towers. Remember that story I talked about that they started to torch them? People were like dismantling them and trying to destroy the towers. They were motivated by these claims. Meanwhile, two people in particular, celebrities, are among the influencers and celebrities. I'll tell you who they are in a second, spreading such claims to their millions of followers. This is on par with vaccines cause autism by that one dumbass bitch. What the hell is her name? Jenny McCarthy. I mean, that's ushered in the whole anti-vaxxer movement, which is probably not going to help people when it comes to a vaccine for COVID-19. I'll get to that in a second. This part might be boring, but it says how 5G works. Several theories linking 5G and COVID-19. One simply suggests that 5G networks cause COVID-19 or symptoms of the infection. That's stupid. Another more insidious one is that 5G networks emit radiation that weakens our immune systems, making people more susceptible to infection. To break it down, it helps to understand what exactly 5G is. 5G is expected to enable a wave of technologies that will change the way that people live and work. The potential applications include self-driving cars, remote surgeries, and automated factories. Wow. Though it will be a while before we see those kinds of changes. The big difference between 4G and 5G are faster speeds, higher bandwidth, and lower lag time in communications between devices and servers. 5G signals run over new radio frequencies, which require updating radios and other equipment on cell towers. Carriers building super-fast 5G networks have to install tons of small cell sites to light poles, walls, or towers, often in close proximity to each other. So far, the networks have mostly been deployed city by city. Why are people linking 5G and COVID? Conspiracy theorists were quick to link the two, ignoring the ever-relevant adage, correlation does not imply causation. People on the internet shared two maps of the U.S. suggesting areas that had been hit hardest by COVID-19 were also places where 5G networks had been installed. Yeah, you dumb fucks. It's because they're putting 5G in the biggest cities first. You know, the ones with the most people, the highest risk of infection, you stupid son of a bitch. My God. Many of the 5G COVID-19 conspiracy theories are linked to groups that have long claimed that wireless airwaves cause cancer, though there is no credible evidence to support this. I hope this doesn't turn into another thing that in like 3 months I'm going to be like, oh, man, well, yeah, who knew? But 5G, yeah, that's a bad thing. I can't believe that 5G actually caused this. I don't think it will. You know, that was kind of one of the things that didn't age too well for me when I was like, yeah, coronavirus, just like the flu. Oh, shit, this is real. All right. So who was the dumbass? Now, I think I remember hearing about rapper MIA at one of the Super Bowl shows. I think she was on there. Got a massive wide-ass nose on her. I don't like it at all, but otherwise she looks kind of hot, maybe. And Woody Harrelson, he's a crackpot. I think we all knew that. Woody Harrelson is on board with talking about this. Days ago, he shared a post that he conceded that, you know, hey, I haven't fully vetted this, but he did, in fact, propagate that the installation of 5G networks in Wuhan, China, may have something to do with the pandemic. Hey, I didn't fully vet this, but look at this. That same day, Harrelson also posted a video of last year's Hong Kong protest with the erroneous caption, "Meanwhile, the Chinese are bringing 5G antennas down." So this is all helping spread the stupid lie. This article from the Daily Beast says paranoia surrounding 5G has been building for a while. And for years, people, it kind of rehashes what I already had in the Post article, that people are just waiting for something like this to spread, to make it seem like COVID-19 and 5G installation are working hand in hand. So stupid. All right. I got a couple more things related to coronavirus, and it just seems like so many idiots are out in full force. And one is a Florida man. In fact, two might be Florida men. Wait a minute. Nope. The one story is Michigan man, not far from here, Battle Creek, Michigan. This one's crazy. I'll get to that. And the Florida guy, what he did wrong, complete with an audio news story. We'll get to that coming up in just a bit. The show is always available live on Facebook, brought to you by Irvine's Auto Repair, Grand Rapids Hybrid. If you're one who listens to the on-demand audio podcast, if you want to get it live, you can get it there or on Twitter. Brought to you by Blue Frost IT at Eric Zane Show on Twitter. Periscope video is there for you. On YouTube as well. Just search Eric Zane Show on YouTube and subscribe to my channel and hit the notification bell, and they'll let you know when I go live. Flooring is a big thing on the Eric Zane Show podcast. Johnson's Carpet 1 in Granville, Michigan on Chicago Drive is where I want you to pick out the flooring that you're going to have installed. You walk in the door there after the dust settles, and you're like, okay, man, Eric Zane told me to come on in here. Let's do this. I want to design a few rooms. Take your time with this process. Okay? Let's say you got a budget, and you're like strict with it. Go to the Johnson's Discount Outlet Center, just down the street. Talk to Zaniac Kent. Drop the E at a U. Say, I know exactly what I want. I need this type of floor covering. What do you got? Well, you got this, this, and this. You want it? I'll take it. You can get it at a lower price there. They got you covered. Or if you're doing something that's a little bit more elaborate, then go into the main showroom. They have the best products, whether that be vinyl, laminate, carpet, wood, hardwood, whatever it may be, they have it. Massive store, been there for like 65 years. They're not going anywhere. Johnson's Carpet 1. You can find them at johnsoncarpet1granville.com or by clicking on their logo at the Eric Zane Show podcast website. More on flooring in a second. But before I mention that, one of the Zaniacs just bought a friggin' shotgun from BK Guns and Stuff. My God, part of my Saranac shit kickers, 616-902-2447 for BK Guns and Stuff. You can get a gun there. You can get a gun repaired there. They are certified gunsmiths in the shop. Clean your weapon, upgrade it, customize it, firearms transfers, anywhere in the USA. 616-902-2447. Call them up. Not just a local business. They have customers all around the country. Get to their Facebook page by going to my website, ericzaneshow.com. The flooring that you picked up from Johnson's, I want you to have Jacob Bennett and his cousin, Jason, install it for you. 616-318-0167. Bennett Flooring Installation. They sponsor Smarter Than a Former Drug Dealer Trivia and Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge with cash prizes. Patronize them. Call them for an estimate, 616-318-0167. Get into your house, and they'll get that estimate done. Before you know it, you're off and running with a new flooring install. Cannot wait till everybody gets back to work. They are actually essential for some. In some cases, if flooring is damaged in a home from water, they can go in and do that. It's not like they're going to be going out of their way to like upgrade your home because they can't. But the state of Michigan has said that they do have some essential nature. So call them, see if they can help you. 616-318-0167. All right. Florida man. This is ridiculous. This crazy fuck is a EMT, part-time EMT. And you get this. You're seeing on social media, you're seeing stories like this where people don't really believe what is going on in the world, and they're fed up with the things that we have in place to keep people safe. And it's such a bunch of horse shit. I get really pissed off when I see dumb son of a bitches sitting there on their fucking high horse saying, yeah, it's time to go back to work. It's time to get moving. Yeah, fuck you. We need to keep people alive. We're not quite there yet. Settle the fuck down. It drives me up a wall when I see people saying, it's time to get back to work. There ain't shit going on where I live, so that means we got to get back to work. Yeah, it doesn't work that way, stupid. Stay put. This guy is one of those dudes. He's in line buying shit at Harbor Freight. And he is pissed off because on the floor it says, stay 6 feet away. You know, any store you go to, they have that down there so you can stay away. It's all in an effort to try to keep people safe. And these stupid fat idiots do stupid shit like this. It's always the same age guy. It's always in Florida, whatever. You know, it happens so often in there. These are the details as it happened according to the news in Volusia County, Florida. Check this out.
A Central Florida paramedic mocked a store's social distancing policies and intentionally coughed on an employee. The store manager claims the man told staff he was going to do it at another store next. Channel 9 Volusia County reporter Mike Springer explains how deputies managed to catch the coughing bandit.
The manager of the Orange City Harbor Freight Tools made this call to 911 Tuesday morning.
We had a customer come in this morning and basically went to the register, said this is getting out of hand and ridiculous, and proceeded to purposely cough at my associate.
Wow.
Deputies say that man is Christopher Canfor.
So he's like in line. He goes, you know what? I don't like this. This is ridiculous. And then coughed towards the 20-year-old person sitting there ringing him up. Yeah, is this your tape measure? Are these your stir sticks, sir? All right. Are these your cat footwear boots? I mean, come on.
You could see him here in this mugshot taken when he was booked into the Volusia County Jail. The store manager claims Canfora told them he always coughs behind people wearing masks and was heading to another store to do the same.
So he's just looking to piss people off. He's just looking to make people anxious and upset them. That's the only reason. He admitted it.
Very disturbing part of this, he's wearing a shirt that said first responder, and when we looked up his account, he has an email address of paramedic something.
The body camera video I obtained through the sheriff's office as they confronted Canfora at his DeBerry home that same day has him telling deputies he's a paramedic at AMR EMS in Sumter County.
The first responder behaving like this. What? By the way, he said he is a paramedic. He should say was, because he's going to get fired.
Canfora also told deputies that he did not have any symptoms associated with COVID-19, and he did not expect anyone to get his sense of humor.
I guess the big issue is that they had an incident where you were coughing on people.
I wasn't coughing on anybody.
Deputies arrested him anyway.
Yes.
Unfortunately, you're going to be coming with us.
Yes.
Okay. And then we'll talk to you a little bit more at the district office and see what we got going on, okay?
He's charged with aggravated assault and has since bonded out of jail. Mike Springer, Channel 9 Eyewitness News.
What a dick.
AMR EMS in Sumter County says Canfora is a part-time employee and has been placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of this investigation on him coughing. It adds he was arrested on charges unrelated to his employment at AMR. We also asked the sheriff's office if that man is facing enhanced charges because it is a state of emergency, and we will update you when we hear back from them. Martha?
Man, I tell you, this I never thought we would have such a string of idiots in the news. I mean, and you know what? I'm not like sick of it. I'm not like sitting here every day and like, Jesus, it seems like all I'm talking about is stories related to COVID-19. You might feel that way. I mean, but you know, if anybody's going to feel that way, it would be me, because I'm the one doing the talking. And sometimes it might be like, oh, fuck, man. I can't bear to talk about another story. But when we keep having these, I mean, because this is interesting to me. It's stupid as shit, but it's still interesting that somebody would be so fucking stupid to do something like this. It's now every single day of something stupid happening from stupid people concerning the virus. I would love to be able to just say, yeah, you know, there's really nothing to talk about coronavirus other than terrible news, or things are starting to look up, or this or that, and then move on talking about whatever it may be that's crossing my mind. But these stories are the only thing that's happening. Stupid asshole in Florida coughing on the kid for no particular reason, just to incite trouble. Okay, not that far from here. Again, this is my last story, and it has everything to do with coronavirus, but it's hysterical. God, these glasses are just killing me. I cannot get comfortable with them. Oh, I need help. Doesn't help with the headphones either. If I didn't have the headphones on, it might make it easier. All right, enough of that. So in Battle Creek, not far at all. We're talking like hour and 10 minutes from here. From what I'm understanding, dude puts a mask on, and he's walking around, and another dude sees the mask that the guy is wearing. Yeah. So one guy walks out of his house, 47-year-old dude. He has a mask on. But it's not just any mask. He's improvised a pair of thong underwear to put over his face. So, like where the dick would be, like a dude's banana hammock is what he's wearing. And he's put the underwear on his face, and he's walking around with this G-string whatever around his face. Thong underwear is over his nose and mouth. And his 57-year-old neighbor sees him, and he goes, Jesus, man, it looks like you got underwear on your face. And then, all right, that was all it took. So then they go home, and then 57-year-old hears a knock on the door. 47-year-old with the banana hammock on his face goes, yeah, underwear, huh? And it was, but he didn't like that he noticed it and made fun of him about it. So you ever seen that scene in Goodfellas where Ray Liotta's character, Henry Hill, takes the pistol and he pistol whips the dude in the street? That's what the guy did to him. He pistol whipped him right there and hurt him badly because of what happened. According to the Battle Creek Enquirer report, the bizarre incident happened at this home on Monday. 57-year-old victim told the suspect, hey, man, you got a pair of underwear on your face. Aha! 45 minutes later, 47-year-old dude shows up to the victim's house, kicks in the door, pistol whipped him, kicked him in the ribs. Officers were unable to find the suspect following the incident. 43 confirmed cases of COVID-19 in the area, so that guy was just doing his part by wearing his stupid mask. But so because the guy showed up and said, hey, man, you got a pair of underwear on your face. You look like an idiot. The dumbass decided, well, I'm going to go whip his ass now for that. I should be very careful because I think I'm this close to getting in a fight with my neighbor. This could be me at any given day, depending on the next incident that happens with the guy down the street. You might be hearing about me in the news at some point. All right, I am wrapping it up, but I do want to say that when the time is right, I want you to reach out to my friends at Prince Arming. The one and only Steve Prince at 616-204-1705. 616-204-1705. Get you all together in a group setting, and he will teach you everything you need to know to get your pistol. Class costs you $125 thanks to Prince Arming. If you need more information about what his plan is going forward when I guess he hasn't really scheduled anything because of the virus, but still, keep him in mind if you want to get your pistol license, and you should, okay? And as always, there's 10 area fit body boot camps in and around West Michigan. If you want to find the one near you, go to their website, fitbodybootcamp.com, and sign up, and you too can get in shape. All right. That is it. We got this show in the books for a Thursday. I got the Patreon coming up and a little bit later on with more to talk about. And I do encourage you to sign up for it. The $5 or $10 a month that you commit to, you get a lot of stuff with that. Dale's Trivia, you get Fear Bunker Trivia Challenge. You will play those things. If you're signed up, you're in the drawing. All right? And, of course, a daily podcast, daily bonus podcast every single day. That is part of Patreon. I give you the most. Of all the people on Patreon, I give you the most. I'm not giving you a once-a-week, 1-hour podcast. I'm giving you plenty of stuff. There's going to be more where that comes from. All right, thanks. I appreciate you being here on the podcast. You're the best. Talk to you down the road.